for this week's 104th AstoundCast, which is technically acting as also the third day of the Astoundmas.
Oh God, that's Astoundmas.
Yeah, we have begun, and there's no signs of it stopping just yet. Not for another 20-something days.
Not for another 24 days.
Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing?
I am not too bad. I just realised my laptop was unmuted, so I just
Oh,
heard you twice. It's been an odd week. Been been to the A&E with my roommate this week because
oh
she's
yeah. How's she feeling now, by the way?
she's now got a super cold.
Oh God.
She's not doing too well, but better than properly dying.
Yeah. Hope she's better soon.
Hope so too. But yeah, how about your week?
Honestly, very restful.
Nice.
I've had a lot of rest this week.
Yeah, I
Like,
wonder why.
due to not having, well, due to not having to record, there hasn't been too much that I've needed to do, so I've been able to catch up on a hell of a lot of rest that I have sorely needed for months.
Yeah, I'm just tweaking everything over on my side to make sure we keep
Yeah.
resting as much as possible.
And of course, I massively appreciate that. Like, this month is going to be sorely needed, I can tell.
It's all good.
Oh yeah. Oh God. There was a content idea I was going to talk to you about, but I'll talk to you about it after the stream.
Yeah, don't give all the ideas away on stream.
I forgot. I was going to mention it to you earlier, but I completely forgot.
Oh well.
But I do just want to mention one thing that I thought of the other day that you do know about.
Yep.
It's a minor thumbnail change for next year,
All right.
specifically pertaining to the F1 pre-race roundups.
Yes.
Now, for the videos that aren't pre-race roundup, that are just regular news updates, I will keep the red background. However, I've had an idea. When it is a pre-race roundup, instead of the normal red background, I'm going to use the flag of the country that the race is in as the background.
Which is a nice idea because then you're able to at least show which country you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's going to spice up the thumbnails a little bit because they're, well, I don't want to say they're bland, but they're a bit plain at the moment.
Well, this is why we have channel development.
Yeah, so that's one thing I'm going to be changing for next year. Like, that came within, like, a day of this whole month off. Like, this was a first day idea, so...
See, the time off gives you ideas.
Yeah, and as I said, I've already got a second one, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit.
Aye, Captain.
So, yeah, this week's been pretty good. As I said, I've had a hell of a lot of rest that I have really needed for a while. Obviously, it's been getting really, really, really cold, and we have had snow.
Oh, you've had snow.
Yeah, in December too.
Oh my goodness.
Granted, we did have a bit towards the very end of November, but most of it has come in the last few days.
Oh, we haven't had any here.
No, it's only been some light dustings. It's started to melt, the morning after, but it's been snowing for a couple of days now, on and off.
Oh, that's still.
Yeah, again, it's just light dustings at the moment. It's not full blown avalanche from the sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have had snow. It's been pretty cool to see. Um, yeah, the week overall hasn't been too bad, really. Lots of stuff to talk about this week, though. Wow.
Right. Yeah, let's get started with that, shall we?
So let's get off started with the smallest bit of information first, the motorsports section, because this week there is only one announcement, really, and that is the fact that Logan Sargent will be staying in that Williams for the 2024 season. Now, this is big for one very particular reason.
Yeah.
This will be the first time in Formula One history that no driver changes have been made over the winter break.
Oh, right.
0 driver changes from the end of the 2023 season to the start of the 2024 season. And that has never happened in Formula One's 74-year history.
Damn.
Like, I cannot overstate how huge that is, because Logan was the last little linchpin in that happening. Like,
Well, then.
he was the one driver that all the hopes of that happening were pinned on. He was the one person that could have made or broke that.
Well,
But very
miracle worked.
thankfully, it happened. And I've got to be honest, Logan deserves a second season anyway.
Yeah.
Sure, his 2023 season left a hell of a lot to be desired. Don't get me wrong, like, his first season was not good, especially when you compare it to his fellow rookie, Oscar Piastri, who did, frankly, a brilliant job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his 2023 season left a lot to be desired, but James Vowles basically said that the moment that kind of clinched Logan's seat was, I think it was it Singapore? No, yeah, it was Singapore, because it was extremely hot and Logan Sargent was unwell, but James Vowles basically said his willingness to keep going was kind of what secured him his seat, but he said he also didn't want him to risk his own life because he was feeling ill. Like, you know, it was a bit of a moment of, yeah, you've impressed me, but honestly, Logan, you've done enough. If you need to come into the pit to retire, come in, because he was extremely ill that night.
Yeah.
I mean, what made it worse is that he was ill anyway. Like,
God.
unlike other drivers who got ill during the race, I think Logan had had a stomach bug leading up to it.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, so Logan was ill anyway, but still raced. So I think that's one of the main factors that secured his seat for this year, well, for this coming year. But yeah, I'm just very glad that there have been no driver changes throughout the end of this season, so they can carry on into next year. Which again, I do think that every driver in F1 this year has deserved to stay where they are. Sure. Sergio Perez had one hell of a wobble in the middle of the season. Probably risked his Red Bull seat a lot, but did manage to clinch it at the last minute. Because I do think if his performances continue to tank, I do think Sergio Perez would have been out of that Red Bull.
Oh no, he definitely would have been out of it if it just kept going down.
Yeah, because I've got to be honest, I think he got lucky, even though he did manage to pick up at the end of the season. I do think he got lucky.
You gotta have a little luck going into this sort of thing.
Yeah, but thankfully, all the drivers are staying exactly where they are for next season, so we can see what they do next year. But of course, as I said last week, a couple of the teams are changing names next season. Unfortunately, well, we know that Sauber's probably going to stay as Sauber for the final 2 seasons, but AlphaTauri still haven't revealed their new name, although Racing Bulls does still seem to be the most likely candidate, which I'm still not fully on board with, really.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that name. Probably never will, especially if it becomes the name. Yeah.
You finally have to say it as part of your reports.
Yeah.
When you figure out if you're gonna like it or not.
Yeah. But I'm hoping the name gets revealed soon because, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. But yeah, that is basically it for this week's motorsports section because, well, it's F1 off season, so next to nothing's going to be happening.
True.
Especially considering there's no driver changes coming into the next season, so there's really gonna be nothing happening. Now, uh-oh. We have temporarily lost Roxanne. Hopefully that doesn't stay the case. Oh, there you go. Lost you for a second, but we're good.
It's alright, internet is always going to be an issue.
Yeah. Anyway, now we move on to this week's entertainment section, and boy howdy have we got a lot this week.
Lay it on us.
Whew! Okay, firstly, I want to tackle Doctor Who. Because this week was probably one of the most hyped Doctor Who episodes in the show's history. Due to the sheer amount of secrecy. That is it. And then, when the episode came around, felt a bit let down.
Oh.
Yeah, this isn't me saying it was a bad episode. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It was a really good episode. But I just don't understand the secrecy. Because in the end, it ended up being probably the most normal, run-of-the-mill Doctor Who episode ever.
Probably why they wanted the secrecy, so then you can be underwhelmed.
Yeah, if that is the case, it's worked. Like, if there's that much secrecy, you're obviously going to be expecting something mahoosive, right?
Yeah.
But not really. Like I said, it ended up being the most normal Doctor Who episode ever.
Right.
And again, let's factor in that this is one of the 60th anniversary specials.
Ah, yeah, true.
Do you want a run-of-the-mill episode to partly celebrate the 60th anniversary?
Not everything's going to be just a major success. There are going to be flops even within the story.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, like, at the end of it, I just thought, okay, it was good. I just didn't understand all the secrecy around it. Like, that's my main issue, is that it was built up to be this massive thing that was probably going to change the whole of Doctor Who forever, and then didn't.
Just trolls the viewers by making them think it's going to be that big, and then it's just, nah.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't meh by any stretch, but it was just... It's not something I would have expected from the 60th anniversary. If it was a main series episode, like if it was in the next season, cool, brilliant. But for the 60th, I'm not sure. But the gist of the episode was that after Donna spilt coffee on the TARDIS in the last episode, god damn it, Donna, the TARDIS went out of control. Like, it burst into flames and it went out of control. And I mean literally burst into flames.
Oh dear.
And then this scene was a bit weird to me. Like, I don't know what it was cool that it was thrown in, but I just don't understand why. The cold open of the episode, we were in England in 1666, just as Isaac Newton was about to discover gravity, right?
Right.
And it turns out the apple falling from the tree wasn't a natural occurrence. No. It was an out-of-control TARDIS landing on the tree and knocking the apple out.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Donna made probably the dumbest joke she ever could. I'm sure you could understand the gravity of the situation, at which point the doctor was just like, oh, Donna.
Oh god.
But then there was a problem.
What?
Mr. Newton misheard. and then changed the word to mavity.
Mavity.
Yeah, and then later on in the episode, it was referenced again when the Doctor actually corrected himself by saying, "Oh no, it's not gravity now, it's mavity." Because yes, the course of history changed.
Ah, yeah, of course.
But the rest of the episode was spent on this gigantic spaceship, right? Like, I'm talking miles and miles and miles long. And at the start, well, the TARDIS disappears due to what was called the hostile action displacement system, which basically means if the TARDIS is in danger, it will just disappear.
Understandable.
It will just go boop and go until the danger's gone, which admittedly does leave the Doctor in quite an issue.
Okay, so not a very good failsafe, but a failsafe.
Yeah, because then it kind of leaves the Doctor stranded in the middle of hostile action.
Yeah.
However, there was another problem this time. He connected the sonic screwdriver to the TARDIS to rebuild it. So, when the TARDIS disappeared, so did the Sonic.
Oh.
Yeah, which left the Doctor and Donna completely defenseless.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then walking down the corridor of this humongous ship, they heard a word, a completely foreign language, and then the ship changed a little bit. But they did notice a little robot walking down this corridor incredibly slowly. They didn't know why, but it happened. And then the Doctor and Donna made it to the control room of the ship, started messing with some stuff, and then they encountered. This is where it got a bit weird. And then they encountered each other while they were still in opposite rooms. Because there were aliens on the ship that could take the form of other species.
Ah.
So the entire episode was the Doctor and Donna trying to figure out who was the real Doctor and Donna and who were the doppelgangers.
Yeah,
And
that's about right.
And at some points, it got a bit tricky. Even I couldn't figure out which was which.
Oh boy.
And then there was one point in the episode where the fake Donna revealed to the Doctor that the real Donna, when she was the Doctor Donna, knew about all the stuff that had happened since the Doctor left her.
Oh.
Including one of the main points of Jodie Whittaker's era, the Flux, in which half of the universe got destroyed.
Oh boy.
And much like the Time War of the Russell T Davies first era, the Doctor is still incredibly traumatized by that.
Yeah.
Because this episode was set at the edge of the universe. Like, it was at the point of the universe where half of it was destroyed. Like, there was nothing.
That checks out.
And it turns out the words that they heard throughout the ship at random, very slow intervals was a countdown, because before the captain very sadly took her own life to protect the knowledge that she had, she set the self-destruct. But she set it very slowly so that the aliens couldn't figure out what was happening. Until the Doctor got on board, he figured it out, but then unfortunately, because the doppelganger Doctor had his thoughts, he figured it out as well.
Oh god.
And the little robot that was walking down the corridor very slowly was the robot in charge of blowing up the ship.
Oh boy.
So then it was a double chase to get to the robot.
Who can get to this robot first? Is it Doctor or Doctor?
Unfortunately, well, it was a bit of a weird one because the doppelgangers did have a bit of a head start, but then the real Doctor and Donna weren't far behind them. And then eventually the TARDIS came back, and then the Doctor realised, oh my god, they fail. The ship blows up. But then the poor Doctor had an issue.
Yeah.
Which was the real Donna.
Oh.
Which was the real Donna that he was going to take back to the TARDIS and save her life.
Oh no, that's a conundrum.
Yeah. Initially, he chose the wrong one.
No!
Yeah. And with literally a few seconds to spare, he managed to teleport back to the ship in the TARDIS, grab the real Donna, and then turn one of the new ramps into a slide the fake Donna out, bring the real Donna in, and get out there before the ship went kaboom.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And then all was right. Granted, the Doctor and Donna were scared to death, quite understandably, because, yikes. But then, the real gut-wrenching moment of this episode came at the very end.
Yeah.
Because when they got back to Earth, unfortunately, as always, the Doctor didn't quite set the time right, so they were a bit off of when they should have arrived. How much by?
Off?
We don't actually know.
That's the cliffhanger.
But, no. What we do know, though, is that it wasn't Sylvia Noble, Sean Temple, and Rose Noble waiting for her. Waiting for Donna to return. It was Wilfred Mott.
Oh.
It was the one and only Bernard Cribbins.
Oh my.
And it was incredibly emotional. Especially as just after the episode aired, Russell T. Davies confirmed that was all they were able to film.
Aw.
So that's the last we're ever going to see of Bernard Cribbins.
Oh, that's actually kind of upsetting.
I know, I'm trying not to cry now saying it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there was a really heartfelt reunion between the Doctor and Wilf. In fact, as soon as the Doctor saw him, he said, "Now I feel better. There is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong in the whole wide world." And I thought, yeah, same, Doctor. Same.
Aw.
And then, well, it turns out the events of the third episode have already kind of started.
Oh.
With the entirety of Earth going insane for reasons yet unknown.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out in the next episode.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what they're going to do with Wilf, because he's still there with them, so how are they going to address his very, very, very sudden disappearance? Like, I don't know how they're going to do that, but I've got to be honest, it was sad knowing that that was the last we're ever going to see of Wilf and of Bernard Cribbins.
Well, you gotta use what you've got.
True, because that was the last thing he ever filmed. There's nothing else.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know what? I can accept that. Obviously he's been in Doctor Who a lot. And, I can't remember what I saw. I saw something earlier. I think it was an audio story, or it might have been a deleted scene from... No, I think it was a deleted scene from Day of the Doctor. Where Kate Lethbridge-Stewart was talking to Clara. And, well, I don't know if you know this, but there was some Doctor Who movies made back in the 60s, right, with Peter Cushing as the Doctor.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
And you know how Bernard Cribbins was in one of them?
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, those films exist in the Doctor Who universe.
Oh, those are canonical.
Yeah, but not in canonical. Yeah, but canonical in a different way.
Okay.
As in, the Doctor actually helped the BBC make the films.
Wow.
Which means that Wilf has a lookalike in that universe called Bernard Cribbins.
That's kind of funny.
It is. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that those films actually exist in the Doctor Who universe, and that the Doctor actually became quite good friends with Peter Cushing
Clever
while
too.
making them. Like, that's just really cool. Oh, like, I don't know if that's still canon because it was a deleted scene, however.
I mean, possibly. If they've still published it, then
Yeah. Although, I'm headcanon in it. Like, to me, that's headcanon.
yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, this episode overall, it was really, really, really good. I'm just, one, not sure about all the secrecy, and again, I'm not sure it was right for the 60th. Yeah, don't get me wrong, really good episode. I'm just not sure it was right for the 60th anniversary.
Well, let's see how the rest of it progresses, and then it
Yeah.
might be the right tone for it.
Yeah, although I'm very much nervous for next week because, of course, this next episode will be the last of the 14th Doctor. So we're once again going to be saying goodbye to David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
No.
I know. And also, they baited us with Donna's death again.
Not again.
So, I'm wondering if they're lulling us into a false sense of security here. Like, they've baited us so many times, people are going to start thinking now, there's no way they'll actually do it now.
And then they'll do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because again, one of the prevailing rumors is that Donna is going to die, which, please God, no.
Please God, no.
No, 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 no. I don't think I could handle that.
You'd probably just tune out as soon as that happens.
Probably. But one thing we do know about next week's episode is, despite the fact that Bernard Cribbins / Wilf won't be there, he will still be mentioned as still being around, so they're not killing him off between episodes.
That's nice.
So Wilf will still be alive.
Well, that's at least nice to keep the memory alive of him, as well as the fact that he died at such a point.
Yeah. It's like when they tackled Elizabeth Sladen's passing. Of course, she passed, I think it was in 2012.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they didn't really kind of cover that until 2020, when they did a little webisode of Sarah Jane's funeral.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, featuring a lot of people from Doctor Who's history, such as, obviously, all the kids from the Sarah Jane Adventures, so Luke, Clyde, Rani, as well as Jo Jones, who was Sarah Jane's predecessor in terms of being the Doctor's companion with the Third Doctor. And they did include a cameo from Ace, as well as an off-screen cameo from Captain Jack Harkness as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a really cool webisode to watch. Very sad one, though, if you watch the Sarah Jane Adventures especially, which I did religiously.
Same. Grew up with that stuff.
Yeah, like, that was kind of my gateway into the Doctor Who universe, really. Because, well, I was actually watching Sarah Jane Adventures before Doctor Who.
All right.
Yeah, I watched the Sarah Jane Adventures first.
No,
Yeah.
Doctor Who first, because considering I had an older brother.
Of course, I don't, so...
Yeah.
I was
Makes
left to my
sense,
own
then.
devices.
For better or for worse.
Yeah. I would recommend checking out. I can't remember the name of it, but it was based around Sarah Jane's funeral, and it was really good to watch. I loved it. Yeah, I'm glad they're keeping Wilf around for at least a while longer in universe.
Yeah.
Like, we know that in universe he's probably not got long left, as in canon, he is 94.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be tackled at some point in the near future, I'd imagine.
True, but they don't have to just yet.
True. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Wild Blue Yonder. And now we just gotta wait for the giggle next week. And then it's only a further 2 weeks wait for the Christmas special, which is going to be the full-blown debut of the 15th Doctor.
Ooh, yeah.
Do
you know who or no?
Sorry?
Do you know who the 15th Doctor is going to be yet or no?
Absolutely. In fact,
Oh?
we found out who the 15th Doctor was going to be before we found out that David Tennant was going to be the 14th Doctor.
Oh, damn, I must have, skipped a chapter there.
Yeah, I was going to say, for a while, we thought Ncuti Gatwa was the 14th Doctor.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's Ncuti Gatwa, by the way.
Yeah, no, after you said the name, it's like, oh, yeah, that rings a bell now.
Yeah, Sex Education, Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be the 15th Doctor. And actually, this is a bit of a historic moment for Doctor Who, as he is not only the first dark-skinned Doctor, but also the first Doctor that isn't actually UK born.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was actually born in Rwanda.
Oh my, that. Okay, definite change. No bad
Yeah,
one.
so
Definite change.
So he calls himself Rwandan Scottish, as he moved from Rwanda at a very young age to Scotland, and has an ever so slight Scottish accent.
Aw.
So yeah, this is obviously a very big moment for Doctor Who. Of course, the previous Doctor was the first female Doctor, which was amazing, and now we've got the first Doctor of colour, who's also not from the UK.
Everything's branching out.
Yeah. And with Russell T Davies in charge, I'm not too surprised.
True.
Oh, and also, we totally had it confirmed last night that the Doctor is absolutely bisexual, at least.
Oh, thank God for that.
Because Donna just casually said when they got to the ship, "My God, Isaac Newton is hot." And then the Doctor said, "Yeah, he is. Oh, that's new." And then Donna said, "Well, it wasn't exactly far from the surface."
Oh my God.
So Donna's gaydar is brilliant.
Don's gaydar just brought us all.
Yeah. So yeah, he's at the very least bisexual.
That is my Doctor.
Yeah, same. But honestly, it was a good episode. Again, an argument could be made for it being worthy of the 60th, an argument not. I'm not too bothered. It was a good episode either way.
As long as it was good, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Anyway, now on to the rest of the entertainment section, because holy Christ, we've got a lot this week.
Oh boy.
For example, give me a moment, please.
One moment shall be given, because I need to get more.
And I need to check release dates. There it is. Right. Yesterday, we had the release date confirmed for Star Trek Discovery Season 5, which will be the final season of the show.
Oh my, when's that
coming? It's coming out on April the... Give me a second to find it. April 2024. No exact release date yet, but April.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame. But yes, it is confirmed that it will be the final season of Discovery.
Aww.
And that is quite sad, considering that, of course, Star Trek Discovery is the show that kicked off this new golden age of Star Trek that's been happening since 2017.
Yeah.
So of course, it was running on its own for a couple of years until Star Trek Lower Decks came around, and then it was very quickly joined after that by Star Trek Picard, and then Strange New Worlds came along, and then Prodigy came along too. So it's slowly been building up throughout the years, but Star Trek Discovery was the first to bring it back to the TV screens since 2000, for the first time since 2005 when Enterprise ended.
Yeah.
Now, sticking with Paramount Plus here, Halo Season 2 has had 1, a trailer, and 2, a release date confirmed.
Oh my, that's actually kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, same. But I've got to be honest, I have hope. Because, well, the reason it's been given an exact release date because it's so soon. The 8th of February.
Oh my goodness, that was really close now.
Yeah, and the trailer gives me a lot of hope because they're doing something that I desperately wanted to happen in Season 1, but they're doing it now.
Which is?
Reach. They're doing Halo Reach.
Hey.
Yep, we will see the fall of Reach. Will Noble Team be in it? I hope so, but it isn't confirmed. But we will see Reach get attacked by the Covenant.
You'll be raging if you don't see Noble Team.
Oh, I will. Well, I will be happy if they at least get mentioned as defending the Northern Vieri territory. If that just gets name dropped, I'll be fine. I don't have to see them, just as long as they acknowledge their existence.
Yeah, that works.
Something else that I'd love to see is a cameo from ODST Buck, played by his original actor, because you'll probably know his name.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Oh my god, nah.
If that happens, I will be really happy.
I'm going to be hearing you scream from across the country, aren't I?
Yes, you undoubtedly will. And the final shot of the trailer, oh my god. Very much setting up Season 3, I think, as covering Combat Evolved. Because, final shot of the trailer, the first Halo ring.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It does. And I can just tell that that's going to be the final shot of the last episode. Just to say,
hope.
yeah, but I think that's going to be a bit of a, yeah, okay, we messed up the first season, but don't worry, we've got this now.
We've got you.
Because from seeing the trailer, holy Christ.
We've made up for it.
Yeah, it's definitely given me a lot of hope for it. Because as you guys know, I wasn't a big fan of the first season. It didn't really hit right for me at all. But this one, my god. As soon as I saw, because I knew it was Reach, because I recognized the buildings from the first season. As soon as I saw one of them get hit, I thought, oh, no way. Nuh-uh. No. And I think they're going to do a little bit of another course correction as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been introduced to a new Spartans team along with Chief called Silver Team. Don't get me wrong, I do love those characters, love all three of them, but I really want to see Blue Team. His classic theme from the Fall of Reach novel, which is the first Halo book, and, of course, Chief's team from Halo 5. So what I tragically think is going to happen to Silver Team is that they're going to die, and Blue Team will be brought in to replace them. So, by Go Silver Team, along comes Linda, Kelly, and Fred. And I think that's when they'll get introduced, probably mid-season, I guess. And then Chief will probably get rid of the Silver Team logo on his chest and replace it with the Blue Team logo. Yeah. At the very minimum, I do want Noble Team mentioned, defending the Northern Vieri territory. I would also love to at least hear about Sergeant Buck as well, and maybe even his ODST team, Alpha 9. That would be really cool, because according to Halo Reach, they were on Reach at the time. And in fact, there was a whole mission dedicated to helping them get off of the planet. So yeah, I would love to see a lot more references to the Halo games in this season, like Noble Team, like Buck, and of course, I do want to see how badly the Covenant gets Reach in this. Because we do know in the games that they decimated the planet. They literally glassed it completely. And then, of course, led into the events of Combat Evolved, which it does seem that they're going to do. Which also means we're going to see the Pillar of Autumn. Oh my god, yes! Okay, this season's probably about to save this show.
This season's definitely going to save it for you.
Oh, absolutely. Because, like, the Fall of Reach is written so perfectly, but they can't really mess it up.
You say that.
True. Although it depends on which version they go with. If they're going to go with the novel version, in which Noble Team doesn't exist and it's actually Master Chief taking on that role, or they go with the probably much more famous game version in which Noble Team is there, but the Chief is also on the planet because in the game, the Pillar of Autumn kind of landed about halfway through the game, so he was around. But yeah, I do think they can, like, this could be the season that saves the show, to be honest. Because they have had a year and a half to listen to the feedback from the first season.
True.
Like, that's what gives me as much hope as it does, is that they have had so much time to listen to the feedback, and judging by that trailer, it does seem that they have. Because it even looks better than the first season. Oh. Okay, it seems you lost Roxanne again. Okay, we're good.
Keeps crashing, I'm sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, I do think that the show could be saved this season. I don't know why, but I've got a good feeling about it this time. Yeah, I'm very excited for that now. I just can't wait, because I'm really loving Halo. Of course, the first season wasn't the best, in my opinion. Although, considering the story they're going with the season 2, I'm on board. Like, I'm very on board with this now.
Well, as long as you're on board, then that's all that matters, mainly.
Yeah. And, what was next? Oh yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned this last week, but I'm going to mention it now just in case. Again, sticking with Paramount Plus, after an incredibly long wait, on the 8th of December, so in 5 days' time, so that puts it at Friday by my calculations, Transformers Rise of the Beasts will be on Paramount Plus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. However, might not be able to talk about it, as again, the SAG-AFTRA contract vote ends on the 5th. So if it gets struck down, I may not be able to talk about it, although I will, again, see how things go over this month. It may be approved, it may not be. We'll see.
Well, we'll have hope.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, we may have to come up with a plan of action of what to do.
We've got until after Christmas.
Exactamundo. And also, jumping over to Disney Plus for a second, on the 11th, which is next Monday, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny is coming to the platform. Yeah, I'm I'm probably going to give it a watch, as this is the supposed last Indiana Jones film. Although this is, let's not forget, the third last Indiana Jones film. So they've said this before. Will it be the case? We'll see. Although, for Harrison Ford's sake, I really hope it is the last Indiana Jones film. Oh, I think you're breaking up a bit here. We might lose you in a second, but we should be okay. Right. Okay, I think we might be losing you in a second. Okay, well, I'll keep talking, and hopefully you'll be back with us. Oh, I think we're good-ish now. Right. I think we're good. I think. Come on, internet, you can do this. I think we're getting there. I think we're okay. Maybe, possibly. Now, okay. Hopefully there should be a bit of a reset, so we'll find out in a second. Yeah, very excited for Indiana Jones 5. Again, this is the third final Indiana Jones film, so we'll see how that actually goes this time. Oh yeah, also, that is technically the end of the entertainment section here because, well, I've kind of run out of things to talk about. But I do just want to go over something very important just to finish this one off because it's come to my attention that today is the UN's International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And of course, being a disabled person myself, this is a day that I really probably should have known about sooner, but absolutely didn't. Like, I didn't know this day was a thing until today.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Today is the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, so, yeah. Hope you're all having a good day. So yeah, that's kind of it from me this week. Is there anything you want to bring up today? Oh, I think we might be losing you again.
Maybe.
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, is there anything you want to bring up today?
No, I physically think of
Fair enough.
other than just people to look forward to the videos for Astoundmas this week.
Yeah, we've got a few coming up this week, some good ones. So hope you all enjoy them. So,
Yeah.
shall we wrap this one up here?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all for joining me and Roxanne on this 104th episode of the AstoundCast. If you've liked it, please give it a like as well as subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link's down in the description. My button is down there. Please click those and the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not? And let us know what you thought of this week's AstoundCast. And if you think there's anything that we missed, once you've done that too, please follow me on my social medias. They'll be down in the link tree in the description. Below that is going to be Roxanne's website, of course. And lastly, please do share this video with all your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the video of the Astoundless, unless we have a fun fact.
A group of crows is known as a murder. That's the easiest.
Damn. And I've actually also got one of my own. Next year, as well as marking 40 years of the Transformers franchise, also marks 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
Yeah, 1974, Dungeons and Dragons first edition released.
Damn, that's definitely a fun fact.
Yeah. Also, just want to say, I've played a bit of Baldur's Gate thanks to the PS5 game trial. I am in love with it, and I'm definitely buying it after Christmas.
I need to get it too.
It's so good. It's incredible. But yeah. And I've also recreated Elron, because of course I have. But yeah, with those fun facts, guys, I will see you all tomorrow with the next episode of The Astoundless, and next Sunday with another AstoundCast. Goodbye!
Bye!